This is Courage Barbell, and I'm your host, Chad Ikes. Today, I want to talk about a video that you that follow me on Instagram probably already seen. If you don't follow me, because I put a lot of good information up on there too, and you can just see some of the crazy shit I do in life. Or boring shit as well. I don't know. Anyway, I did a video where I chose to just walk for twice of the distance that I normally do, like a jog walk. Or twice the time, I should say. And I wanted to go into more depth on why I chose to do that and why that is so important. Now, I didn't take any notes for this video. I didn't even plan this video. I'm just kind of winging it because that's my style. And to be quite honest with you, like, I don't edit. I'll do a lot of editing for these videos and stuff because right now I work full time and try to do this, and it's just hard to get everything done. But to be honest with you, I learned a lot at seminars and reading and stuff, but some of the best information I ever learned was just hanging out with better lifters, talking to some of the best guys in the world, hanging out, you know, going to dinner, hanging out in the lobby before the meets, talking to guys in between, you know, your lifts at the meets and stuff, or your flights. And so I kind of want this to be the same thing, is it's just talking. We're just talking here. So I grew up Midwest, blue collar, and I think that gave me a really good work ethic. But at the same time, it kind of limited me as well. I grew up doing some of the most crazy and intense sessions ever. You know, my squat session was not done until I physically could not get up the stairs. Then I knew I was finished for that day. I trained when I was sick. Like, nothing stopped me from training. If I did happen to miss a train, then I would train twice the next day. It didn't matter. Like, I felt like I had to do it. I wasn't going to miss reps. I wasn't going to shorten my training sessions. Like, I was going to get through it no matter what, because that's what I thought it took. And I think that did a good thing for me. I think there's a time in a person's lifting career that they need to do that. I think it built great ligament strength and great tendon strength, but it also kept me from being as strong as I could have been during those years. And the reason I learned, or the reason I became one of the best powerlifters in the world in my day, was because I got away from that. I started using my brain. And the reason that change happened was because of the people that I was around. I stopped worrying about what Joe Schmo in the gym I was training at was doing. I stopped worrying about what all these people at the competitions who weren't where I wanted to be were doing. I started going, wait a minute, what are the best of the best doing? Who are the best of the best? Those are the guys I want to listen to. Those are the guys I want to take advice from. And as I got better and better, I got more and more access to those people. And I learned that although some of them might struggle outside of life, they know what they're talking about when it comes to strength. And a lot of them are just as successful out of the gym as they were in the gym because they follow the same principles. And I can say that I was completely dumbfounded talking to guys, and they'd be like, yeah, you know, I go to the gym and like something would just feel weird, like wouldn't feel right. So I'd just back off and go home. And I'm like, huh? What? Hold on a minute. What do you mean you would just go home? Like you would finish your session and then go home? Like what are you talking about? And they're like, no, something was off. It wasn't right. There was no point in me being in there, and I was risking injury or messing something up. That was my body telling me that today's not the day. And I'm like, yeah, I don't understand. I thought you were supposed to do what you programmed and this and that. And I kept running into that. I ran into that with professional bodybuilders. I ran into that. Like, I had a friend who trained here for a while at the same gym, and I would call him up and I'm like, dude, leg day, where the hell are you? I'm not coming in today. Okay, so you're going to make it up tomorrow. No, I missed it. That's it. It's over. Like, I don't feel it. I'm not ready for it. So just move on to the next one. And I'm like, huh? What? Like, I don't understand. And some strongman, I had some pro strongman buddies who were some of the greatest ever. And like, they're like, no, not training today. Had a shitty day. Really worked out. Or really had a lot of work. Tired. No big deal. So you're doing it tomorrow? No. No, it's just done. We'll just move on to the next one. And I'm like, whoa, what? Wait, whoa, huh? And then I remember hearing stories about I kept hearing stories about some of the strongest guys in the world. And people would be like, oh, them lazy bastards, like they all just got great genetics and they don't have da-da-da-da. And there was all these excuses for why we interpreted them as lazy. And there was a time where I thought the same way. And as I got better and better, I started going, wait a minute, why am I hearing, like, why are all these people calling this dude lazy? Like, this guy's one of the strongest dudes in the world. Maybe he actually knows what he's doing. Maybe he's actually listening to his body. Maybe it isn't that he has great genetics. It's that he's got a strong mind and he does what he thinks instead of doing what everyone else says. So over time, I got more and more comfortable with this. And it's still something I struggle with to this day. I'm pretty hardcore blue-collar Midwest, like, I have that thinking. So I'm continually working on it and trying to control myself, trying to let my mind control my actions and not just go by what I think and feel. So for me, today when I did the run, it was pretty much like, hey man, I'm like really, really sore and I'm feeling beat up. And yeah, I could go force this run out today, but is it really going to benefit me? Is it really going to help me achieve what I want to achieve, or is it actually going to slow my progress towards my goal? Like people have a hard time understanding that concept. We're so stuck in a pattern of more is better that we can't get past that, and it's not true. There's times in your training where you need to push it. There's times in your training where you need to go into overtraining to really push that central nervous system, to really push the tendon and ligament growth. But you can't do it all the time. And during those times, your strength may even tail off, but it's like, well, I'm doing this because I need to do this. And I need the mental toughness to get through some of these sessions, because at meets or competitions, you just got to nut up and get it done sometimes. So there is a point to that, but you can't do that all the time. You can't train like that all the time. I know so many lifters that bust their ass and they train so hard all the time and they never miss sessions. And in all honesty, it makes me sad because I see him go to the meet and I'm like, man, that dude's working his ass off to do mediocre numbers. Like if he would start working his brain and training really hardcore and backing off when he needs to and listening to his body, man, his numbers would go through the roof. And then all that hard work that he's putting in would actually pay off. One of the biggest things I ever did to become a great lifter was learn how to back off, learn how to listen to my body. And I tell you what, going to the gym and beating the crap out of yourself is easy. I've done sessions that will make most people puke. I've done crazy shit in the gym. I always did. And even when I was training, I liked going heavy, so I would add in more recovery days. So when I was in the gym training, I could train like a maniac. So I can hang with the best of everybody, but that's easy. Those sessions are easy compared to not training when you shouldn't. That's easy compared to going, man, I got to go in and just do recovery today. This is going to be like 30 minutes of complete and utter boredom. Like that's tough. That's hard to do. Forcing down food, taking naps, like not going out drinking and partying. Like that's the stuff that's hard. That's the hardcore shit. Not going to the gym and acting like an idiot. That's easy. That's me. Like that's easy to do. I still kind of do it to this day because I don't live to lift like I used to. I lift now because I love it, and I don't have to compete. I don't have to go do anything, so I can pretty much do whatever the hell I want now, which is kind of fun. But even at that, I do still have goals. I have I want to get in better cardio shape. I want to be able to do more stuff in life. I want to do all the things that I put off for powerlifting. And so I have goals. But my goals are pretty easily to obtain, and I'm willing to fluctuate, and everything's a little more fluid now than it used to be. But that's a good thing too. So what I'm trying to impress in people is that stop the meathead mentality. Stop thinking that you doing physical crazy shit is the answer. Stop thinking you're so tough for doing that hard crazy stuff in those crazy sessions. That's really not all that impressive, especially to other people like me who it's easy. It's easy to do that. I love doing that. I love beating the snot out of myself. Like right now, you know, I'm working on feeling better, and I'm more about my quality of life. So there's times when I do feel good. I'm like, oh, I'm just going to go tear shit up. And I'll go do crazy sessions because I love it. It's fun the whole time. Like I'm laughing, I'm in pain, and I'm hurting and I'm sweating, but I love it. It's easy. Paying attention, eating the right foods, making sure I get enough food in me, the right nutrition, like trying to control my sleep and get enough sleep. Knowing it's like, Chad, you know, you're pretty beat up. You need to deload this week. I hate that. I hate it. I've always hated it. But that's what it takes to be really good. And what is our goal here? Is our goal to go to the gym and beat the crap out of ourselves all the time? I mean, that's fine if it is, but then admit that that's your goal. Don't keep claiming you're trying to get stronger, or you're trying to do a big meet, or you're trying to do this other stuff. Admit what your goal is. My goal is to beat the crap out of myself. And if I go to a meet and I'm mediocre, then so be it, because I like beating the crap out of myself in the gym. That's cool. I get it. I used to do it. I love it. I know it. Just be honest about what your goal is. If your goal is to get better, is to make progress, is to lose weight, is to get stronger, is to get leaner, well, then change how you think. Don't think in terms of like physical effort. Think in terms of training. And training is anything that you do to become better. That's why I don't work out. I train. Even now, without solid, rigid goals, I still train. I'm still in there for a reason. It's not just to go lift weights. It's not just to go, oh, it's Tuesday, I got to go work out. No, I'm there for a reason. I have a goal. I still want to obtain something. Right now, my goal is not crazy strength. It's quality of life. But still, I want to get better. I want to make improvements all the time. So basically, I just wanted to expand on that instead of my 1 minute like I get on Instagram. I wanted to expand on that thought. And I'm always trying to get people to think in terms of training. You know, what are you doing to obtain your goal? If you're going, damn it, I don't want to eat another meal, but I know I'm down in calories, then that's a training session. If you're like, man, sleep sucked last night, I need to get some more sleep tonight, so I'm going to schedule out this time to take a nap. That's training. If you're going, wow, man, I'm starting to get tight and my mobility sucks, I got to try to fit in a 20-minute mobility session today. That's training. Everything you do, if you're sitting and watching TV and you're not, and you go, shit, I got to stretch out, man. Well, that's a training session. Like it's all training towards your goal. And stop putting all of your effort and energy into just being in the gym and just beating the crap out of yourself. Start training your mind. Start using your mind. Start using your intelligence. Lift intelligently and get the most out of your body. Get the most out of the effort that you're putting into your training. That's what this is all about. The meathead mentality is cool. I love telling stories of me beating the crap out of myself. I love telling stories of the crazy shit I did. It was all fun. It all made me laugh. I enjoyed every minute of it. But that's not how I got great. I could get on here and lie to you, and I'd probably get a lot more followers, and I'd probably sell a lot more shit, but it's not the truth. I got strong. I got better because I started backing off and I started using my mind. I was an okay lifter when I beat the shit out of myself. And that's all I would have ever been if I didn't change. So, food for thought, fellas and ladies, and everyone watching this. And I've talked long enough. So Chad's out. I will catch you guys later. Oh yeah, like the channel, subscribe to the channel. Go to couragebarbell.com, buy some shit, buy a hat. Stickers, water bottles coming, all kinds of stuff. Follow my Instagram, Chad Ikes. Comment on this channel, like this channel, subscribe to this channel, blah, blah, blah.